Hi everybody, I'm Jack and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. As you can see, I'm in different surroundings. I'm in my second little Airbnb rental here in San Jose, Costa Rica. Um, little snafu in the Airbnb system, or either my first place had a cancellation because I found out that the first little place I stayed actually was available last night. But no harm, no foul. This is a very nice place. I've stayed here before, and I enjoy it very much as well. Um, I've gotten a number of questions recently, people writing to me via my email, through Facebook. I've had some comments on videos talking about coming to Costa Rica, visiting Costa Rica, planning a trip to Costa Rica. So I just thought I'd do a little video on this and give you a little bit of general information, but give you an idea of some things to be thinking of as you want to plan a trip down here. And I have people that write me for different reasons. They're coming with their families. Some people are interested in coming down here and doing this thing completely, just from the raw vegan aspect. Seeing all about the fruits, and just experiencing it like that. And for others, it's a family vacation. They're probably going to want to, eat the fruit and experience that. But it's not so much about the lifestyle as it is just coming to Costa Rica, having a nice family vacation. But anyhow, I thought I would just do a video on some generalities and, like I say, talk about some things you might think about when you start thinking about planning a vacation down here. And basically, what I'm going to be doing is I'm planning vacations for people. I will be doing retreats in the future. A lot of my stuff is not though, and listen, people are going to give me suggestions, and I totally appreciate that. But that's just really not, you don't stick a round peg and you know what I'm trying to say, in a square hole, round peg in a square hole or whatever. It's just not my thing to like plan them meticulously or have these like events planned out for you. So if you need a very detailed vacation, you do want to go to somebody that can do that for you. I've planned vacations before, and I plan fun vacations, but they're not, I don't live by the clock. Now, that's not to mean to say they're not efficient, but it's just like we're not going to have an agenda where you wake up at 7:15, eat your breakfast, and then at 7:45 you do this, and then at 8 you're on the bus, and blah, blah, blah. You get what I'm saying. But anyhow, let's get into it. Just a few of the things you need to think about. You might like have in mind if you're asking me, what are your interests? What's your lifestyle? What do you do? Are you active? Do you plan on learning how to surf? Do you want to learn, have a physical vacation? Do you want to see the wildlife? Which the first two are kind of similar. What are your interests and what do you want to see? Is it going to be an active vacation? Do you want to just chill out, eat fruit, lay on the beach? Do you want to see monkeys? Do you want to see the rainforest? Do you want to learn how to surf? Do you want to do yoga? Do you want to do zip lines? A lot of different things down here. A lot of activities, and it's a very diverse country. We have mountains, we have beaches, of course, we have volcanoes. There's a little bit of everything down here. I'm looking at my notes. If I'm looking away at times. You need to know about like your accommodations, the level of accommodations, and what your comfort level is. And I'm going to talk about this from a couple of aspects, but I'm going to jump down to the bottom here. You're going to hear a lot of advice and stuff, people telling you this and that, and I hear people, they have kind of unrealistic assumptions and expectations. This is not the mega super cheap country that some people have heard of, so don't expect to get to pay $20 a night and have 4 5-star accommodations. If you're a Four Seasons type person, expect to pay for it down here just like you're going to in the States. Listen, it may shock you, but there's plenty of hotels down here that are $300-400 a night. There's other stuff that's more reasonable too. I mean, that's why I've been doing a lot of exploration with these Airbnbs. The Airbnb is an excellent place to go. There's some fantastic properties down here in Costa Rica that you will never get a hotel anywhere close to this. So kind of know what your comfort level is when it comes to accommodations. Like I say, a lot of these crazy cheap prices that people tell you, I sometimes think maybe they were here like 20 years ago because that lines up. I've been here 16 years. and that lines up a little bit more with when I first came down here, and prices were a lot cheaper, and you saw deals. You know, people even asked me about buying property down here, and they see such unrealistic things. I don't even know where they got them from. If you get really remote and you get away from all the tourist areas and you were to deal with a local down here, a local, without getting involved with real estate agents and whatever, you probably can find some acreage, some decent land. But you want to be careful. You're in a foreign country. You want to be careful you're not getting swindled. You're actually getting title to the land. You want to look, if the land's too cheap, does it have accessible roads? Does it have water? Is it set up for in the future for electricity? Just little things to think of. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Another place I would say look around, because then you can kind of get an idea and you can ask me. I'll get to the heart of the matter for you. Check out TripAdvisor, but I'm going to kind of give you a little advisory on that. I played a lot in TripAdvisor for a while. Like I was actually doing a project trying to figure out who everybody in there was. And there's agendas in there. You can get a lot of good information, but just realize that a lot of people posting in there have agendas. They're kind of trying to hide the fact that they have businesses, so their answers reflect their business interest, or getting you to, or they're touting for a specific area. So if you get anything from TripAdvisor that you want to give me, you want to run by me, just let me know, and I'll try to give you as honest an answer as possible. I try to be reasonable. I try to give as close, as truthful and realistic a perspective as possible without blowing smoke up people's. You know what? One thing too I'll advise you on is, especially in this little high carb vegan, raw vegan, there's a lot of our types coming down here, and they've started some little communities, and they live here for 6 months, and they're experts. Now this doesn't mean that nothing against them. Most of them are well-meaning, but just beware of people that have been here for 6 months. I see advice out there all the time, and I'm just like, where are these people living? It's naive. I've seen every side of living in this country, and you don't necessarily want little Johnny Sunshine with his always positive attitude, giving you some bogus advice on this. So anyhow, as I start to develop more and more programs, and I have some actual dates for retreats, I will be promoting those. But in the meantime, I've been here long enough. I can set up a trip. I can give you advice on how to have a good fun time, depending on what you want to see. Another thing too to think about, if you're really wanting to do this, if it's really about the food and getting the max out of this country and this trip for the food, we can plan a trip around the markets. There's 3 or 4 really good markets that you could travel. One little tip I would say is, please try to do this. If you're going to come visit Costa Rica and you're getting in touch with me, try to either plan to arrive on Friday, and we'll spend the night in San Jose on Friday night, probably Saturday night, go to the good market in San Jose, or if you can do it at the end of the trip, but try to make it where you're in San Jose for a Friday night and a Saturday so we can go to the market. But if you're interested in the markets, tell me, hey Jack, I wouldn't mind moving from place to place and seeing a couple or 3 of the markets. We can do that. So anyhow, just a few things that I thought that might help you as you're asking me, or if you're just looking around to plan a trip to Costa Rica, because I've got places, I've got connections, and I'm happy to help. Anyhow, I hope you guys like this video. If you like it, give me a thumbs up. Hope you'll subscribe to the channel, and hope your week is off to a wonderful start. Peace.